Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! Today it's going to be a match between InControl and Pampam here on Destination. Top side of the map is the blue Zerg player InControl, and in the bottom side of the map it is the pinkish Terran player, or Peach, it is Pampam. Now, I don't know much about Pampam, but apparently he is good enough to get matched up against InControl on ladder back in the day. So I expect a lot from this Terran player. I don't think we've seen InControl get lose yet, but maybe this will be the day. If you haven't heard, InControl passed away earlier this year. It came as a shock and a surprise to everybody, and everybody misses him, especially with Home Story Cup coming up, because he was the ideal caster for Home Story Cup. It's just a relaxed atmosphere. InControl was very funny and very knowledgeable about StarCraft, and yeah, we're gonna miss him. Alrighty then, so it's a ZVT here on Destination. I kind of feel like this is a Foreigner map, along with Heartbreak Ridge, because a lot of Foreigner casts featuring players not Korean are on Destination and Heartbreak Ridge, right? Right. Circuit Breakers and Fighting Spirits are basically the reign of the Koreans here, so I'm not entirely sure why that is, but we will see. Rax first here from Pampam, and Hatch first from InControl, or around 9 supply. It looks like he's sending that drone down to match up quite nicely with his 300 minerals. A little bit early, but that's totally fine. And there's the 11 pool. Has 2 more drones hatched while he was coming down. And there we go. 11 hatching it into a pool here, I would assume right around now, maybe a 12 pool. We'll see if he goes for that or goes for the gas first, which would be a little bit greedier, but allow him to get speedlings out sooner. So yeah, gonna go for that pool instead. So an 11-11 Quachak. So yeah, it's not a crazy pool first play here, planning to be really aggressive or really super defensive. It's kind of a middle of the road build here. You get lings out, but not really quickly. So it's hard to deal with proxies if that's what you're worried about. And also hard to get really early pressure out on the other side of the map. He's not even taking his gas right now, so speedlings are not on his mind at this stage of the game. Pampam is SCV scouting, which I love, and just Overlord scouting is InControl, which I'm not a huge fan of. I'd like to see a drone scout, but again, InControl probably feels pretty safe at this point, pretty capable of winning this game without, you know, drone scouting and seeing exactly what's going on. So this Marine, a little bit hard to see on this tile set, actually. Look at him. Kind of blending in with the ground there with his black and his kind of lighter, almost flesh tones, almost earthy tones in a way on his pauldrons there, hoofing it down. Decides to come on back holding his giant gun, which, man, that's big if you really look at it closely. That's what we're dealing with. He's trying to throw up a bunker. Never mind, that was attempted, but it was in full view of the hatchery, so I'm not sure what even that was trying to be there. Macro hatch getting tossed up. Again, before gas, now the gas is coming in, but that macro hatch was early. SCV comes on in after having failed to throw down a bunker for a Marine to get into. That's where the barracks first play was. That was the intent, obviously. Hey, did you know that I'm on Twitch? Twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin. I'm playing through the Enslavers campaign, which came with StarCraft back in 1998, and it's been pretty fun so far, so come check it out. Twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin every Sunday morning or afternoon U.S. time, depending on where you are in the country. It's kind of right around those hours. And come have some fun. Come say hello. Watch me play live at StarCraft, and watch me be kind of bad at Terran, but win anyway, I guess, just because I understand siege tanks are super good. Anyway, Marines, actually, these lings, yeah, that was really good play from Pampam, killing a bunch of those Zerglings, not losing any of his dudes here at all, really even barely getting scratched. An Academy coming in, so we will have medics at some point fairly soon to just heal up these Marines' wounds. Creep colony on the way at the front, just dealing with this Marine pressure. And yeah, he's going to get a sunken down, and that will be ready to go by the time these Marines show up. This, I mean, it comes up so fast. Look at this. Look how fast it is. InControl, look at this, how he manages to get the sunken up just in the nick of time here. The Ling's absorbing some damage before the sunken comes up, and there it is. Couple Lings have to die. The sunken probably could have been a couple seconds earlier, but it really worked out in the end. I gotta say, from InControl, so not too shabby there indeed. Lair on the way from InControl, and he's got a second gas, so this is feeling pretty Mutalisk to me, and this is feeling like it should be an engineering bay, and it is. Alright, so engineering bay on the way, missile turrets coming in for our Terran buddy Pampam. You know what? I'm going to try to find out where Pampam is from at this point. I don't feel great about it. La 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 la. Pampam StarCraft. And not great, not great. Poker strategy TSL. Oh, hang on. He's on that page from 2016. So I mean, he's Sicky's on there. Man is on there. Straylock, Whiterun, Maro, Idra. All these players from 2000 and this is actually older than that. This is 2009. Okay, is where this dude's name shows up. So where is he on the list? Sicky, Mondragon, Duskbin, Sensel, Pampam. Okay, so 15th ranked player on Poker Strategy TSL ladder stage from 2009. So that's who this dude is. As some links try to get on in here. And he's Romanian. All right. So we figured it out. Romanian Terran player. Firebat out to deal with these Zerglings. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And it's going to be Lurker tech rather than Mutalisks, by the way, as there's a Hydralisk den there, which was probably there earlier, and I didn't see it because I was trying to talk about other things at the same time. But anyway, it's going to be Lurker play, which going to deal with this Marine Firebat medic push, which is going to be pretty good out of Pampam, but I feel like the Lurkers are going to be there. Again, InControl's timings, this is one of the things he is most known for, is just timing and defending these situations. Is he on this list from 09, or is he not competing in this? Which I'm kind of surprised by. Oxzerg is in here. Kawaii Rice is in here. There he is. InControl's 34th. Oh! So Pampam is actually ranked higher in 2009 in this Poker Strategy TSL thing. So, you put that where you will, whether Pampam is favored to win this game or not. So, kind of like it, honestly. Marine's coming around the backside, stimming back here to kill this Overlord, and that Overlord is going to die. It is slow. I mean, even with this Marine at the top, it was going to die before it could get to the high ground. So that stinks. Losing an Overlord there for InControl does supply block him. He is making another Overlord now, but he's supply blocked for until these Overlords come out, which is going to be a good chunk of time. He also doesn't have a third base. Supply Depot blocking that attempt here on Destination. I'm kind of liking this play out of Pampam. He's up 71 to 47, and he's not supply blocked, which is a pretty big benefit if you're trying to beat InControl down. He's not pushing out. If this was a timing attack, he would have pushed out at this stage, but it's not happening, right? These guys are hanging out. They're defending. They're happy to be on 2 bases while InControl is on 2 bases, but guess what? InControl snuck a third. And these Lurkers are protecting that front door to the third base really, really effectively. I wonder if you could do a stim run by, or if you would just catch a million spines as you try to run through this area. Probably not worth it. Good scan, though. Good scan, recognizing that third base is coming up. And maybe he can do something about it. Maybe he's really just going to defend at this stage. Guess who did a Lurker drop, though? Yeah, InControl certainly did. So he's Lurker dropping over here. Can't decide whether to go after the ComSat or go after that supply depot. He does stop it from building. Is he going to... So he's specifically going after the supply depots. That's a nice line we have here. Academy, supply depot, all getting splashed on in. 2 Lurkers should not be this scary, Pampam. Come on. There you go. Stim it in, trying to spread as much as he can. Oh, gosh, that was not the right place to be for the Marines. The left side was fine. This right side was really bad news bears. Oh, gosh, that Lurker's alive with 10 kills. Oh, do you have another scan? You do not have another scan. Okay. 11 kill Lurker gets a supply depot. He's trying to get another one here. He could probably take down the Academy, which would do nothing but force Pampam to rebuild the Academy. Oh, how'd that SCV go in there? Don't do that. Don't do that. Engage at the front here. Lurker's getting the heck out of there. And finally, the tank takes care of the Lurker. I think the tank did anyway. Yeah, tank gets credit for that kill. So a bit of an emergency there, but at the end of the day, I think we're good to go. Hatchery coming up for a 4th base at the kind of secret pocket expansion. This mineral is only in the top right for InControl, which for longer games, you usually don't see that taken until later, which is fine. You can do it now, and we'll call it good. But Irradiate in production from Pampam. I love to see a 9-minute Irradiate timing. Just Irradiate is one of those tools you're going to use to beat Zerg. You're going to Irradiate the Lurkers. You're going to Irradiate the Filers as they start coming up. Not that there's a hive or anything, or anywhere for InControl to make those, he might be just trying to beat you without hive tech, which is something we've seen from him before and seen him succeed at doing too. So let's move on in. He's thinking about it. That's a lot of lurkers, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a lot of army down here. Get back inside the house, pick everybody up, flee, or maybe go in there and try to get him before they burrow. Okay, so he's chasing InControl back in a situation I did not see coming. I thought for sure he'd at least have to kind of pick up and get back home, or at least pick up and go somewhere else, or just flat out run, but instead he chases InControl back. InControl pretty happily sitting here on 42 workers to 43 for Pampam. I mean, InControl has a lot of income here. He's sitting on 1,000 minerals and 500 gas, spending his money a little bit carelessly, in that he's not spending his money as effectively as he could be. What's a better word for that? Not spending it effectively, I suppose, would be the way to express that one. But yeah, you're going to want tanks here. You are definitely going to want science vessels with irradiate, which they have. 10 more hydras in production. This is like a mass lurker play out of InControl. He's got the gas income for it with these 3 bases. It is gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Firebat running around trying to see what's going on. This here Ragnarsar doesn't want anything to do with him, but he sees this drone, chases him away. It's fair enough. More tanks in production from Pampam. I really love to see that. It's really, really important to have a lot of tanks versus this lurker hydra heavy style that InControl is going for. The fact that he's not getting Dark Swarm because he doesn't even have a hive is going to be so much better for Pampam if he has tanks. He's still making them. Where are they? He's got the one here defending his main base. He doesn't have any others out on the field somehow. I'd honestly really like to see a double pumping tank situation here. All this bio is fantastic, but that's so many lurkers. And sure, they don't have, again, Dark Swarm to hide in. You're going to try to irradiate a couple of them down, but even if they don't have Dark Swarm to hide in, they will still chew apart your bio. Jum nom 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 nom, like hungry, hungry hippos. Which, you remember that? Remember playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos? That's the sound that they will make. So 2 lurkers are radiated down. Annoying for InControl, but definitely not game-changing in any way. He learns to absorb those losses for sure. I just kind of feel like this is arrogance from InControl almost. He's like, I don't need... Why would I need a hive to beat this guy? It just loses 4 lurkers on that right side. That's a huge big deal. Suddenly, a couple hydras down. You're going to stand and fight with these hydras? I wouldn't do that. Lurkers, though, coming from the backside. Oh, no. All of a sudden, get out of there. They're inside the house. Ah, the positioning was too good. Way too good. Catching a science vessel as it retreats, but the other 2 do manage to get out of there. Tons of medics down. A lot of hydras died there, but mostly bio. Is that good trades for Pampam? I kind of feel like maybe it was. There's a lot of dead lurkers here, but what's your army look like back home? Again, more tanks would be of the essence. Once you get a big tank line, I'm talking 5, 6, 7 tanks, these hydras will melt. Melt, especially if there's some submarines to buffer for them, which we can have here. Irradiating that group of hydras would be pretty good. Oh, this is so bad. This is suddenly so terrible for Pampam. Pampam! Get out of here! Flee! Do you even have siege mode? Tell me you have... Oh, tank gets picked off by the hydras. Hydras are so good. Siege mode is done. By golly. What are we even... Oh, boy. I mean, Pampam is trying to sneak a base on the left side, but I really feel like InControl is going to scalp that at any time and just destroy it. Lurkers are trying to get back here. Oh, could they actually get rid of upgraded science vessel energy? They could. They could if they wanted. Do they want to go after... They do want to go after the science vessel. That's a liftoff, though. And this is probably 4 irradiated lurkers. How many? Make the sounds. There we go. 2, 3, and 4. All right. Oh, don't unburrow. That means you hurt your buddies, too. Might as well stay in the ground. Oh, it did kill one. It killed one that wasn't irradiated because of the unburrow. Anyway, Hydra shut down this attempt at a 3rd base for Pampam. I figured they'd find it sooner rather than later. And Pampam is down to 2 bases. Boy, InControl is just... to avoid the puns, he's in control of this game. And he's, I mean, so far so good, honestly. So far so good. If you're trying to beat somebody with hydras and lurkers and that's it, InControl is showing you the path on how to do it. He is making a hive, though. So he's making a hive at back home. He's taking another base on the right side. He already has. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total bases for him and 2 bases for Pampam. All right, Pampam, you're a Romanian Terran player. Let's live up to your billing here, huh? Let's give InControl a game. He's still up in total supply. He's up in workers too, but that means he's oversaturated like crazy. Yeah, he's got idle SCVs here in the natural base because what are they going to do with their time? Pampam needs to get something done now. If he doesn't get something done now, it's going to snowball, and we're just going to look at another Zerg versus Terran win here for InControl. Boy, SCV thoughtfully tried to come up here and make something happen. No, not at all. Tanks, let's do this. InControl setting up to come go for that flank attack in both directions, radiating these lurkers. Here we go. Oh, sneaking to the backside. That's the big damage here. The top side kind of going pretty well for Pampam, but these lurkers from the bottom. Oh my gosh, no. No, Pampam's army, all of his tanks are dead. All that's left are some science vessels trying to retreat, and all of them get home this time. But that's that same situation. InControl is just able to macro up like crazy. Get a ton of Hydralisks out, get a ton of lurkers out, put them in positions where they can do good, and then have a good day. Just have a good engagement there. Don't lose that science vessel. Somebody irradiate these hydras, or they have to split off. Consumes on the way, adrenal glands coming in, missile attacks on the way too. I mean, we're looking at a situation where InControl is only up about 7 total supply, but feels like he is in complete control of this game. Again, it helps that Pampam is on 2 bases and he's on, 5. He could possibly have 6 man. Everywhere Pampam tries to take a third, he is just not allowed. Look at this tank firing. The Hydras are like, we don't care about your tank firing. We're going to kill this command center. How's that sound? No, saved it with the repair. Actually trapping these Hydras in here. This is a decent victory for Pampam. If you can get that third base established and kill all these Hydralisks. Okay, third base now. Go, go, go. Have the income that you need to win this thing. Both players struggling to spend their money super effectively. But InControl is sitting on, 145 supply. Pampam's at 147. This base, just go land it. You can repair it while it's being used for income because you have idle SCVs over here with the natural because, again, there's nothing for them to do. If they tried to mine, it's just oversaturated. It doesn't even matter. It's not going to help your income at all. It's wasted effort is what it is. So here we go. Going to land the third base over at half HP. SCVs are transferring over now. These dudes are not for some reason. Pampam, put your SCVs to work. Irradiate. Getting tossed down on these lurkers in the top right. No hydras to protect you. So we're just going to murder you straight up and take you out of the swarm if that's all right by you. Upgrades. +3 attack and +1 armor for this bio. +2 attack and +1 armor for the hydras. The Scourge are out. We saw those in the production tab a minute ago. And they are going to hunt down. Yeah, hold up. Trying to go for the boxer maneuver. And take down. Ah, the Scourge though. That hurt. Okay, gonna try the boxer maneuver now with the Spore Crawler up, defending it. Actually dealing with this army pretty effectively. We're InControl. Wow. Plague's on the way here. But this right side base is in a lot of trouble. A lot of drones died. 56 to 42 workers. Attack at the front door. Lings rolling on in, but there's not enough stuff here. There's a tank. There's a bunker. There are +3 Marines. Dark Swarm is up. Get out of the Dark Swarm, Pampam. You have to retreat from the Dark Swarm. That's how you play this. Gets the hatchery, though. You know what? It might be just time to go at this stage. Scourge getting picked out of the sky. Another Dark Swarm coming up. Irradiating these Defilers to murder them. Is there anything in this Dark Swarm other than Defilers that are about to die? No. So that was a bit of a waste of a Dark Swarm. Although the Defilers were going to die anyway. They had to recognize that threat. So suddenly it's 148 to 110 supply. Pampam wasn't a bad place, but he did manage to get something done. Did manage to kill a base. Look at him pushing it in here with his +3 attack. However, InControl says that means your third base is unprotected. Your natural, probably pretty well covered, but your third base is not. Tacking on up. Ultras are out for InControl. Can the tanks handle this from all sides, though? Here come the Ultras. Here come the Hydras. Pampam's army is gone. His third base is gone. Zerglings with adrenal glands are all over these SCVs. It's still 53 to 40 workers. But, oh gosh, and the Scourge. Okay, science vessel count down to an abysmal 1 count here. Tosses down the 1 Irradiate he's capable of tossing down. He's trying to kill some drone guys here. Doesn't quite work out for him. He gets the 1, but that's about it. Long distance mining here. Pampam is sitting on 2,000 minerals. He could afford to have another command center here, and he is going to try to throw it down and get a 3rd base up. He's not... Despite the fact that he keeps getting wrecked in these engagements, he's still up 113 to 180 or 105 supply. I just don't know that I've seen a Terran player win a game where he's been on 2 bases for the first 20 minutes effectively. It doesn't seem like it's going to work out for him, but his science vessel usage has been pretty good. He hasn't been protecting them exceptionally well. Irradiate the Ultras. Irradiate the Ultras. Irradiate the Ultras. He's going to try to take down this 3rd base. He irradiates a couple of these lurkers, irradiates himself, goes after these drones, forces a pull on them, and is forced away by Hydralisks. Okay, so left side base here for InControl is up, but irradiated science vessel, trying to get some stuff done without actually moving. You gotta actually do the eraser move though, guy. Got guy in the science vessel who is voiced by the same guy who does Mr. Burns in The Simpsons. Not bad. Not bad drone killage there. 46 drones for InControl, 52 for Pampam on the SCV count. He's got his 3rd base back. This is turning into a bit of an epic match. Look at this. We're 21 minutes in. It's 127 to 130 total supply, 51 to 52 workers. The tech is definitely favoring InControl with the Ultralisks, the Defilers, the Dark Swarm, the Scourge. Upgrades are pretty good here for Pampam with the 2-3. Zerglings at 2 armor and 1 attack. Ultralisks at 5 armor and 1 attack upgrade. Looks like Pampam might want to expand on this right side too. This is an interesting game. I gotta give this an interesting tag at least. Is that a thing? I mean, oh my gosh, the science vessels though. But I guess maybe advance irradiates on these Defilers is probably worth it. This spread on InControl's units is pretty good. It's a pre-split is what it is here. Tank count is not high enough to handle a lot of Ultras, but maybe high enough to handle 3 Ultras. We got more tanks joining the party. Not really, but we do have a drop coming up the left side. We'll keep an eye on that one. And he is building that base on the right there, too. Overlord down. InControl not supply block, but a little bit close to it. Careful with the Lurkers. No! Oh, my gosh. That was such a poorly, abysmally enacted drop. Oh, gosh. All right, well, pushing up here while the distraction is happening. Getting surrounded a little bit, but these Zerglings are getting melted by all of this. The Ultras are a problem. Lings coming from the outside here, too. Blah! All of these Marines are dead. The Ultras chewing through them. The Zerglings chewing through them. The tank's not really part of this engagement, unfortunately, and he's going to get wiped out, too. And this is a substantial lead for InControl right now. We're looking at a 3rd base that's not that really well protected. For Pampam, he's got the 1 bunker with all of 2 Marines in it. Gonna go ahead and try to attack up the front. Nope. Okay, so again, defending his front door really well today, actually. Ultralisk dies to the bunker. I guess in the tank on the high ground helps with that with the 19 kills that he has. And he managed to hang on to this right side base. This is incredible. What a good game this is. I'm really enjoying this. Oh, the Scourge. Oh, Pampam. You gotta stop losing units to these Scourge, dude. How many science vessels have died? Consume, 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 consume. Pampam is on the 4 bases, though. He's got 53 SCVs. Are these Ultras unsupported? Like, they're good if they have other stuff to help them. Like Dark Swarm and Zerglings, for example. And a Plague on all of your science vessels. And then suddenly we're coming down to where there's an unsiege tank. He decides to siege up. Now there's an Ultralisk on top of him. But it is too late. It's just too late here. The science vessels have to pull back because they've been plagued. Additional irradiates onto these hiders of these Ultras would be really good. But Pampam seems to have his attention elsewhere, or perhaps doesn't have enough energy. He does. He does have enough energy to do some stuff here. Or did, anyway. And that's your good game. InControl, finally able to get into this natural base and cause some damage. He gets the win. Pampam GG's out in 24 minutes. and 40 seconds. And at the end of the day, yes, InControl did need Dark Swarm. He did need Ultralisk. He did need Tier 3 stuff to get that win, and he relied on it and got it done. He was, Zergling's found his 4th base too. That's a problem. That's a problem. So one of his hatcheries died, which after 2 or 3 attempts there by Pampam, he finally got in there, which is admirable. But at the end of the day, just too much Zerg, too many engagements completely lost by Pampam with 360 surrounds of Lurkers, of Zerglings, of Ultralisks, of Dark Swarm, of Plague getting tossed down, Scourge wiping out endless scores, of Science Vessels. Pampam trying to drop on the left side doesn't work out for him there. Just never touched the main in any capacity or the natural base. Or I guess he did try an eraser trick on the 3rd, but did not work out very well for him there either. And at the end of the day, the 3rd base was killed a couple times. This base never really got up and running, and this was never even attempted from Pampam, which seems like a bit of a problem. So could have spent his money a bit better. I want to say 1,000 and 1,200 resources left in the bank when you lose is not ideal. You're going to have some more production facilities, or at least have them consistently building stuff. But good job. Good job by InControl, just keeping the pressure on. Really just ideal engagements for him throughout that entire match. And that's how you do. That's how you do Zerg. So 571 Zerg units produced, killed 263. This is really fairly typical Zerg versus Terran stuff. I don't see any huge discrepancies here. InControl did mine a lot more gas. Getting that 3rd base up early was huge for him for gas income, for mineral income too, and then just outspent Pampam by a ton. And that's where the Ultras and Defilers came in, and versus Marines and tanks, which are relatively cheaper. So nice job by InControl getting the win. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.